era proposal wala siara Liberia di ba Liberia ngol fundita jani protesta Ghana ngol fundita i protesta Gambia hani mansa kuna mu nonsense leke bayan laaj mo bi gatra dairy wala me beke kan Barrow la kolbe wajabi kanne because Barrow is not tested Barrow mubuka test in ku kada Barrow gets it on easy right afundira jane ako ning court ye mul muta e firindi atebe police will instruct lale yeta will arrest and IBC sembe wala foka nyande it's a worrying trend because mtolu fanane ka cool butanki tanki kono because I ni ano maneka nake ye Gambian olje this country is very interesting so you come on dolu ka trajele it's a model call yeah for Bob Toure for example Bob Toure used as an example Bob Toure a day because ni kumandi mote fasala ni tata ibe solo kono mol bebe dairy itele kabata ila family kala ifani a day banko bebe dairy ne so for example ni Bob ye day yanata sehu sedili ite fani a day because this country if ni muta mote makoila and systematically Barrow is succeeding in silencing people at home because he's targeting these people. He is willfully trying to use the law, and no one breaks the laws of the Gambia more than Adama Barrow's government. Look, I give an example here. The police detain people more than 72 hours. That's abrogating people's right. If the police are breaking the law, what moral authority does Adama Barrow have to say that? Or you cannot break it when the government itself is violating the laws of the Gambia with impunity. Adama Barrow, on the special security account, Adama Barrow broke the law. He didn't follow the law. He didn't go to the act. That is in the audit report. The auditor himself talked about that during an interview. He told Adama Barrow that he didn't follow the due process of the law. I gave here an example of Central Bank. What happened there? During the COVID-19, the medicine that they bought from Guinea-Bissau, they did not follow the due process. Adama Barrow is on record saying that if the court frees people, grant them bail, he will instruct the police to go and arrest them. It's not violating the laws of the court when you disregard the court decision. And this man has the audacity to stand in Brikama and say, this country, the laws have to be respected. When you yourself, you don't have regard for the laws. The man is a joke. He's extremely childish. He's extremely foolish. Because you know what? This 10 million that this lame Doc National Assembly approved for him to have this nonsensical meet the people store, he should have used it to talk about issues that matter to the people. But no, he's there on Garwale. Brikama defa salte. Amababu defa salte. But you've got a salte person in the person of Sirifo Sonko who was dating a councillor in Brikama, and his audio was out messing around with somebody's wife and even telling the people that if I take you abroad, you'll come back with pregnancy. And the next minute what happened, Adama Barrow invited Sirifo Sonko in Khalil in Mankamangumla and they took a photo. So you are supporting somebody who was involved in an act of immorality. So there is no political party in Gambia who's as immoral as NPP. And then you have the audacity to say Brikama is dirty. When Sirifo Sonko, you support Sirifo Sonko, and Brikama has always been dirty when Sirifo Sonko was there. And this hypocrite, Adama Barrow, never spoke about the Brikama is dirty. This hypocrite, Amadba, never said that Brikama is fertile. But now because Yankuba Dawo is there, Yankuba Dawo is UDP, they are our opponents, now I'll say Brikama is dirty. Why didn't he say it when Sirifo Sonko was there? I've never seen someone as hypocritical as Adama Barrow. Adama, Alam Africa ya sembo warabake. And this is why this country is backward. Because we have a leader who is extremely hypocritical. He doesn't love, he has no iota of love for our country. He's just using presidency, the privileges associated with presidency, to be there. And I heard yesterday that this economic jungler, CD Keita, went and he was talking about, some people said I'm using $150,000. Somebody wrote it here because man, I didn't listen to the show. I have stopped listening to that show. Okay? Because we have, you know what? I joined the struggle because I love the country. Yes, it's easy to say. Everybody says it. Everybody say I'm a patriot. But you have people who have their own agendas. They would rather see Barrow rule this country than UDP to rule this country. But they will never admit it. They will lie to you, oh no, man, I don't like. But reality is, these are people who would prefer to have this incompetent person lead us than to have a UDP. They will never want to see UDP government. That's why with all this nonsense that's going on, they are bringing these enablers. CD Keita violated the laws of the Gambia. CD Keita should not be minister. CD Keita, when he took our this asset recycling, he did not take it to the National Assembly. He didn't seek the National Assembly. Well, these are people who say that they believe in Halifa Sallah. Halifa Sallah said that the minister did not follow the due process of the law. Right? Osinodabo said it. So CD Keita should be impeached. CD Keita should zip his mouth. CD Keita should close his mouth because you acted unlawfully, and in fact, he didn't have respect for Gambian people. Where did CD Keita announce this as a recycling? Outside the jurisdiction of the Gambia. He did not even respect Gambians enough to announce it on GRTS. He was in Tunisia or Abidjan, somewhere. I think Africa 50, their headquarters is in Tunis. I stand to be corrected. But that's where he announced it. Now he has his audacity to open his mouth. This is a minister who is now putting in Adama Barrow's budget 30 million for what? Many people saw 2024. This is the minister who now has put $66 million, $66 million is rather, so that itulu nyomi shunu February Adama Barrow cabinet ministers they can have medical treatment. But the poor man in Jara, in Basse, or in Combo, when they fall sick, right now the local government minister is not feeling well. He's overseas, on overseas treatment. They are going to pay his medical bills from that $40 million that they put aside. And the CD Keita, no serious platform should even be inviting CD Keita. Because CD Keita is systematically destroying our country. Just like Imam Sise said. Imam Sise is a religious leader, but he spoke with a lot of wisdom. Now they are increasing the rates 300%. From $25 if you go to the hospital to $100. Which country put 300% increment like that? In the United Kingdom here, that will be unthinkable to increase rates by 300%. But a poor country as ours, where people are struggling, this economic jungler, CD Keita, who is only interested in longevity of how he stays in office, but not what he does for a country. That's what he cares about. So he is talking about trying to respond to some of us. Because me, I didn't listen to the show. Kabiro Jajusi wrote a comment here and said, CD Keita responded to you yesterday. There are other people in other platforms. Why can't you be man enough to say UDP online Bantaba? Why can't you man just say other platforms? Minister, Lugara Wale. Minister, you are in a public office, we are paying you. All right? But me, I don't listen to CD Keita. And I will never listen to him. I listen to him once and that's it. He would not go to any platform I would listen to him. Because CD Keita is one of the people who are destroying this country. For me, I have better things to do. Look at this budget. What is good about this budget? What is progressive about this budget? That's why Suwaibu Ture said, and these are not my words, he said Gambians we should brace ourselves, brace themselves for what? Greater economic hardship, because prices are going to go up. because the domestic borrowing has increased. The interest rates will invariably go up. When the central bank interest rates go up, the commercial banks' rates go up as well. It makes the cost of borrowing very expensive. The dollar will depreciate because there is a correlation. There's a relationship between interest rates and this and the exchange rate. That's why the dollar is depreciating at a fast rate. Right? So I have said it here. One thing that I'm proud of myself. Most of these ministers that I've called out, 9 out of 10 have been vindicated. I said Sidi Keda was not going to be a good finance minister. What is happening today? Even Mamburenja is better than this guy. Mamburenja Mukotade. Because let me tell you, what is the rationale? You give this man $10 million to go on this nonsensical Meet the People store, where the country doesn't benefit anything out of it. And now you increase it to 30 million. And because of these useless NPP MPs who don't love our country, they just approve it. Thank you to the UDP MPs and the DOI MPs, and because there's Musa Cham, the DOI MP in Serekunda, I understand opposed the increment. He didn't support it. So it's not only UDP, but they outnumbered in the National Assembly. That's why I said Navajan and Melbe rural Gambia, they are not helping our country. Because Adam Barrow's MPs by and large came from rural Gambia. Because the awareness there is very low. They are using tribalism to vote. If you go to CRR, they are voting for these MPs who don't know the difference between their left and right. We have a long way to go. We need to have civic education in rural Gambia. I said this here, Nafojane last week. Bolonkono Forongataji. If it needs, we have a radio station there. Because they're a problem. Santo Kononim Bolonkono Mun problem already. Because some of them are voting because this political inducement, these people come and give you money, then you go and vote for these MPs. Some of these MPs don't have a clue what's going on in the National Assembly. Right? Sunday, in fact, if it is not Kabiro, you are the one who mentioned Sidi Keta here. I don't take Sidi Keta seriously. And I will never. Sidi Keta knows how he left Africa Development Bank. Sorry, no. Islamic Development Bank. What happened there? He left there unceremoniously. In fact, that's how he lobbied to become a minister. Adama Barrow wanted to appoint him since 2017. He refused. He said he would not leave his international job to be a minister in Gambia. He said it. It's only when he started having issues with Islamic Development Bank, then he lobbied and told Adama Barrow that yes, he will accept it, but he will only become a finance minister. All right? So what happened is, then Adama Barrow told him, Adama Barrow has a super kanjama. After election. But just come and be trade minister. There you'll just be waiting. And after the election, I will remove Mamburenjai, and then you become the finance minister. And now he has destroyed our economy. And he is opening his mouth, going to other platforms, talking about, if Sidi Keda, I will challenge you. Sidi Keda, if the government says that Adama Barrow is not getting $150,000 per day, why don't you take us to court? Let the government sue us. Because I have the contract document of the president's office. It's in my hands. And this platform, we are the ones who share that document. Platforms have different meaning. There are platforms here. What they thrive on is inviting government officials. It's the easiest to do. Because you call yourself an independent platform. You invite minister. Yeah, I'm finance minister. What is that benefiting Gambian? We are the ones who are exposing the bad and exposed. And this is what we used to do on Freedom. When I was on Freedom Radio, we were not inviting these public officials. We don't. What do? We expose the Ijamis government. And that's how people got aware. Because you know what? It's waste of time to invite these public officials because they come and lie to defend their positions. Average Gambian doesn't benefit anything from that. What an average Gambian benefit is a platform like ours who expose, like we expose Bakari Baja's per diem theft rather. Would Bakari do such a thing again? Left to that other platform, would Gambians know that Bakari Baji paid his wife per diem? They would never expose it because they would never know it. Because the whistleblowers in the system don't trust to give them any paper. Because they see them as people who are siding with the system. When Dolbe Freedom, the people, the whistleblowers in the system, in Trustly, they will send us letters. But imagine if you, during the struggle, you were inviting ministers coming to your platform, you are cozying up with them. Which whistleblower will trust to give you something? So it doesn't benefit on average. So what we do is, but we are here because that's how I see them. Look, it's not only Adama Barrow. Even the National Assembly, I call them out. In Deputy Olu, what they are involved in systematically sharing the national cake. National cake, the lawmakers, the executive, judiciary. Yes, even though they deny the judiciary of what the benefits that they wanted. So the greater good of the average Gambian continue to languish what? Live in abject poverty, struggle, lack of water. CDK, all his children are abroad studying. None of CDK's kids are studying Gambia. Ask Amri. He sends this to his son just graduated here in the UK. And I keep asking myself, CDK, if you trust the system in Gambia, why don't your son go to University of Gambia? You are the finance minister of Gambia. But so that means you don't trust the institution in Gambia. That's hypocrisy. Adama Barrow's kids, what? Outside. Right now, Adama Barrow's sister, Halima Barrow, is globe-trotting. And you go to her status, she's posting pictures. I am here, today I'm here, blah, blah, blah. She's posting. And the little lady was somebody who was selling, used to sell and put things on her head and go and sell at GAM-TV prior to 2016. Today, Gambians helped her dad, his brother, to become president. She's now doing show off. I get all her status updates. Halima Barrow, I have commenced le kotenge. Na netal ala netalol because you know what? They are just enjoying the country's meager resources. When an average Gambian, the battery. So I'm not having a go at any platform, but I think to me it's a waste of time to believe in these public officials. It doesn't serve this. To me, there's nothing to gain. That's why I have stopped listening. All right? Because they come and lie, defend their positions. If you invite Ibrahim Asila, what is Ibrahim Asila going to say? Ibrahim Asila more daman kalam Ibrahim Asila. Ibrahim Asila le da kalam tani minister lead. So what purpose will it? Yes, when this change happened, we thought these people are going to be genuine. But Barrow has disappointed the whole country. The system that was there, so he's now right now talking nonsense in Tangi. Barrow is right now meeting in Tangi. Because when he left Banjul, I was alerted he's on his way to Tangi. Garbage. He's just going to go to Garawale. Now, the only thing he hasn't done so far, but the tour hasn't ended. I haven't heard him Garawale Alaji Usenu Dabo yet. Maja Alaji Usenu Dabo Garawale yet. Let me add the word YET yet. All right? Malo maybe fala mule kaiko ha, but he's saying you are trivializing this thing. Nitano Dulato, Alaji Usenu Dabo Teng, Alaji Usenu Dabo Teng. So, imagine you total I okay follow. But I yanko ba Dabo Garawale lebrikamo. So Tanja Mala Bemonofla Kunuma meeting na Kombo Lamin. Yesterday he was in Lamin. So Mala for Kombo Lamin. Today he's going to Tangi. And there is one UDP guy who is there, who called himself a UDP. I think he wants to cross carpet. Because they send me his photo. Abesiga Sabolarek. About a Burfood Kolo. Alright. So I'm not so much Konyela Kebi Janede. But Malon Vakana cross carpet. Guy number 2 for now announce. Kontebogafika boy Moka. Kata meeting doesn't mean that I will cross carpet land. So I can go to an along. Let's wait now, announce then. We clap for him. All the best. It's your civic right. You want to be hene. But Gambian olu, ntabale yamar la menela. Nyimbanko tinyatale. Dekabi yepa yahu. Darane kuti ragle. Civil servants, wolfanan, what they're good at, they travel. The per diem budget is going to go up. And you know what? Maybe in 6-7 months' time, this economic jungle finance minister, Sidi Keita, will go and put supplementary appropriation bill because they would have exhausted what is here. Because Sidi Keita spoke so irresponsibly in the National Assembly. When the president wants to travel, what can he do about it? And even King FM journalists were saying, well, we are not saying that you can do something, but it's your responsibility to slice down the budget. We don't need expansionary fiscal policy. We need contractionary fiscal policy. I think economics knows the difference. We don't need expansionary fiscal policy. Spending big, spending large. An impoverished nation like ours, where 27% of our budget goes to debt servicing. And this is what Amadou Sane said. Amadou Sane, we have to deal with this budget deficit. But Janinga Bekela, Gambian Olufongan president-elect Mealongo, he or she will have the political will to curtail and cut down his expenses, his or her expenses. Musa said Alima Barrow July ya rejectle visa because of the mega bank statement of millions of dollars and they notice her relationship with the president. Okay, thank you. Thank you to the British government, not the UK government, not Omutonati. You know, because I know Sidinja left for the US today. I don't know what he's going to do there. And this Sidinja was here last month. And this saddens me. Sidinja is now the one enjoying from our national cake. Sidinja is traveling all over the world. And this is the Sidinja who made Adam Barrow not to be sworn in Banjo. I can give me back. Nimbafola, some of these non-entities will go and somebody commented on my page today, but you guys are hypocrites. Momodu Sabali insulted the Mandinkas, but you accepted Momodu Sabali. And you know what? They keep saying this. Yes, Momodu Sabali did that. But Momodu Sabali was Secretary General under a dictator. Let's be fair here. All of you here, Melka Diamo, you are Yaya Jame's Secretary General at the time, Yaya Jame's speech reader, GRTS, you read it. How many of you would be brave enough to say we will not read it? Go all Dictator speak dealer, Yaya Jame with his junglers and everything. I come Momodu Sabali that and street Yaman the gold name. Yaya Adam Yaya Jumala Bafolanda, and they say let me not lie. I wouldn't be brave enough to say no. And I don't think any of you here, 90%, 95% of you would be brave enough to say no. But even when Momodu Sabali did that, I'm not holding brief for him. Momodu Sabali came out and apologized in his interview. Has Sidinja ever apologized? Yana neka gena hypocritical than you. Momodu Sabali at least apologized. It's up to you whether you accept his apology. He has said it that he is sorry for what he said. He said it on interview. Sidinja went to Sisla Womanola program of Anyabam. Atondi. Arala brother. Ila cousin na brother. Womenka akamda BBC or program a hard talk. And like a tough questions. Sidinja went there, they asked him, and he kept quiet. Sidinja could have used the opportunity to apologize to Gambian people. Yes, I'm sorry for what I did. I shouldn't have gone that far. To the extent that Barrow wasn't sworn in. But he refused to apologize. Ifam Bondi, Aparaga. Sidinja went to Afam Bondi. He was asked that question and he remained silent. And he said he would not talk about that. Yen hypocrisy, say Sunyo Wahed and Momodu Sabali, definitely. Why Momodu Sabali was decent enough to apologize. Didn't he? Or you will say you didn't hear his apology. He apologized. So Sidinja and Mamadou Sabali, there's no comparison. Sidinja has never apologized up to this minute. He has never apologized to Gambians for what he did in 2017. Has he? So yena nafiha, yena hypocrite dunyunde. Alright? And Mamadou Sabali, on that the situation he was, yes, he was forced. If you are brave, maybe you can say, I will not do it, and Yajame can put you in mile too. Or maybe offer you to the junglers to get rid of you. But let me tell you, Mojama Bejani Yajame Kokalta Letala Sion and Bakelale. Ki Kulal Menkam the Conde, Bakelale. So Mukane Francisco Conconjam, Walanga don't doors at dinner, Bingane Waman Sweken and Malo def. They did. Lolu Dega. By sitting Jai, but Moy under Fatuba Barrow. Fatuba Barrow Nabalo Dongola, Akaka checkers. In fact, when Fatuba Barrow went with Sidinjai, I think something tragic happened in Gambia. I think the boat capsized off the coast of Mauritania, and thousands of Gambians lost their lives. And Gambians are supposed to be mourning the death of our fellow citizens. There was a night that this irresponsible Shidi Jakajomjai and Fatu Babaro, they went to this Our Gambia la program, the Kodobondila. Fatu Babaro killed them, Faka single fight. When Fatu Babaro ko, I tell First Lady of Gambia, Gambia dingol fata. A day before, Gambians are supposed to be mourning over the death of our fellow citizens. Fatu Babaro and Sidinjai, you want feature.